All right, good morning, everybody. Joe Van Doren here. I am running super late today. Had an early class and a lot of stuff going on, but nonetheless, we have a great word for today and one that we can certainly apply to so many parts of our life. And I'm excited to talk about how I'm thinking about this today and what this means to me. And that word that we came up with today was integrity. So let's read the description first and then we'll talk about it. Integrity is standing up for what we believe is right. We keep faith with our ideals and live by our deepest values. We keep our agreements reliably. Our actions match our words. We strive to balance impeccable integrity and unfailing tenderness for others and ourselves. We cherish the challenge of doing the right thing in all circumstances. We give excellence to whatever we undertake. We live by our personal covenant. So, what a great word. And certainly, integrity is one of those things that we all want to live by, that we want to display at all times, and yet it can be very difficult because there's just so much pressure on in so many different ways. And I was thinking about integrity today from the point of view of the four C's of successful families, because it's impossible for us to have integrity, to stand up for what we believe in, to stand up for our ideals, to live by our deepest values as it's described here, unless we are very clear about what those things are, unless we've taken the time to determine exactly what it is that we believe. Otherwise, what happens to us is, I think anyway, or it can happen to me, is it's very easy for us to be influenced by all those things outside of us, whether it's the news or people that we associate with or other family members. There's all kinds of pressure on us to believe and act and do and whatever things that fit other people's ideas of values and such. So it is just critical that we take a few minutes to figure out exactly what it is that we believe. So how do we do that? Well, I am dropping frames like crazy here, but we're just going to continue on and then we'll write about it later. But the first thing is we want to look at all the different roles that we play. And when we do that, what we find is that we're filling a lot of different roles in our life. We have roles that include our family, whether we're a partner or a spouse or a mother or a father, a son and a daughter, children versus being parents. And sometimes we have our own parents to take care of. So we have a lot of different roles just in that area of our life. And then we add to that all the other things, our work and our service in the community and organizations and faith organizations and such that all come in, and we look at each one of those things. So what you can do is just make a list of all the different roles that you play, pick out the top 3 or 4, the ones that are most important to you, and start listing what it is that would make you be, or how you would like to be seen in those roles. So as a father, how do I want to be seen? Maybe it's responsibility is the thing that's most important. And then and as a child, maybe respect is the most important thing that we want to have as well as give, right? So we look at each one of those things and we determine what are the virtues that I want to live up to in those roles, right? And then we need to describe for ourselves what that looks like. What does our role as a father look like, and showing responsibility? What does our role as a father look like if honesty was one of your top virtues, right? So you just look at that and you write that down. Now we have a foundation and a place to work from. Now we can go a lot deeper into this, and we do in the workshops and the personal coaching that we do on the 4 C's. But certainly that gives you a good starting place and a place to be the foundation for integrity, for standing up for what we believe, because these are the things that we believe, the things that we want to live by. Here's the danger. The danger is that when we get into that looking at our roles and what they look like for us and how we would like to be, that it's very easy for us to be influenced by outside influences of ways that we quote unquote should be. And that's not what we're looking for. Because for us to be our happiest, for us to feel successful, for us to be our best selves, we have to be ourselves. And that means that we need to look at just our unique self, what we believe, how we believe it's carried out, and then are we living that? So integrity is such a beautiful word, and one that we really appreciate having come up, because it's a reminder to us to clarify what it is that we believe. Then once we have those things clarified, then it's a matter of communicating it with ourselves and with others, and doing so in a manner that is respectful of everyone, right? So we want to appreciate and live by our own values, but we also want to appreciate and respect the values and give the dignity to others for theirs. And then the third C comes in, living them consistently, and that's what integrity is really about, is being consistent in those things. And then finally, community, which is using the community around us, the people, the things that we read, the movies that we watch, the things that we do, are all things that have an influence on us, and it's part of our community. And so that is the fourth C. That's the four C's wrapped up. We just did a post on an introduction to the four C's, and I will post that below this video. But nonetheless, I just want to say that integrity is one of those virtues that is the very foundation of the four C's of successful families. And so how do we teach our children about integrity? And so we can do that by, first off, I would think that when we have our clarity on what our values are, we want to share that with our children. And that's part of our communication, right? Is sharing that with them. And then we make our choices in life, and we make our decisions and how we're going to live our life based on those. And we can help our children to do that too. So when a question comes up, you look at your vision for your family, you look at your mission statement, your constitution for your family, and you look at the virtues that you're wanting to live up to, and just simply ask yourself, is this decision that we have to make, which, if I go this way, am I living up to my values? If I go this way, am I living up to my values? Which one falls into that category the best? And when we do that, what happens is that we feel a lot better about ourselves, because we're demonstrating integrity. And just remember that we all have it inside of us already. And I think that's really one of the big points, right? Is that all of us have all of the virtues inside of us already, including our children. And so it's very easy, once we've decided who we are and how we want to be and who we want to be as in our different roles, it's very easy for us to make those decisions, because they fall into exactly who we want to be. So it's very easy at that point. So we live by our personal covenant. That's what that means. We make that decision. We are clear about it. We've communicated it with our family. And now it's about consistently living by it. All right, everybody, that's my thoughts today about integrity. And if I didn't make that clear about the children, I just want to repeat that when we're trying to help our children develop their integrity, having that foundation of the virtues that they're living by as a guide point for how they're going to make their decisions is one way of helping them to learn to live in a life of integrity. All right, so thank you very much for being here. Sorry I was late today, but here we are. So we'll see you again tomorrow morning. And until that time, keep practicing the virtues and living and practicing the four C's of successful families. And that's clarity, communication, consistency, and community. Until next time.